All right, YouTube. Here is a 2010 through 2012 Ford Fusion or Lincoln MKZ Hybrid Battery pack already partially disassembled. There's the shell over there. But I wanted to go over something real quick. The layout of the blocks when you look at it through a scan tool. Um, this one is quite different than almost all the other ones, like the Hondas or Toyotas, which follow the series um, of the actual battery pack itself. In this case, this one is totally different, and I want to show you guys, hopefully, help you guys identify your faulty modules. And in the event that you do DIY repairs and stuff. But this video is not telling you all to tear batteries apart, high voltage batteries. This one literally has 240 volts still on it. Um, this is a very risky process, especially for this type of vehicle, where Ford decided not to put the safety disconnect um, in the middle of the battery pack, like to break the voltage in half or 2/3 and 1/3, like almost all other vehicles are. Um, this one is literally, the safety disconnect was literally just to turn off or unplug the battery, but the battery itself, it's at full voltage when put together. So if you decide to crack one of these things open or decide to play around with it, make sure you use extra precaution, because this one is not like all the other Fords where the safety disconnect breaks the battery pack in half or cuts the voltage in half. This one, even if you pull the plug off, the battery pack still has the full voltage. So let's get started with what I wanted to explain to you guys. As this battery pack is set up slightly different. In most vehicles, you will find that you can pull up live stream data information. Let's use the Prius for example. It has 28 modules, but the computer sees 14 blocks or 14 test points, right? And it follows the series starting at the negative. So modules 1 and 2 become block 1, modules 3 and 4 become block 2, and so on and so on. And it's easy to identify like which block you're having issues with. Okay. I taken the liberty as well on this one to pretty much label them, as far as the blocks that you'll see in the computer on the data stream. But I will explain to you that this one is totally different because of the way the layout and the way the harness is installed. All right. So with this battery pack, you have your main negative starting right here. Okay. And it basically makes a horseshoe. They're all connected in series. So your negative is here and your positive is over here. But the horseshoe starts like this. So you start with negative, your main ground right here, and then it starts working its way this way, all increasing in voltage in a series, okay? Then it gets to the turnaround point, which makes a horseshoe and comes back, and it keeps increasing until it gets to the high positive. So that's your main positive right here, all right? And then you can get the total readout. All right, so here's the issue with this battery pack. And I've had people ask me this question, why when I change, let's say, block number 3 or, or module number 3 according to the blocks layout in the system, they go and they say, well, that didn't fix the problem. It probably made things worse. Here's the issue with Fords, for this generation of Fords. This cell modules are composed of two, cylinder style type. Okay, um, there is two cylinder styles or cylinders in each little sub pack, the little modules in here. Let me see if I have one real quick. Okay, I thought I did, but I didn't. So in either case, right, when you disassemble the battery pack, once you remove all the bus bar connections and all the wiring harness, you end up with, I believe, 13 um, of your mini sub packs. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I mean 26, my bad. So there'll be 26 of those mini sub packs. But the issue is the computer sees those little sub packs, and it sees every two sets of modules, right? So for example, you got one sleeve here, the first one, right, the sub pack, and when you check it with a multimeter, you'll have the correct reading of 9.5. It's supposed to be a little bit higher than this. You have the correct reading for the first block, right? And that's what the computer sees, the first block being, the correct voltage. But here's the trick, that when you disassemble this sleeve and you say, hey, my computer or my hybrid system saying block number 1 is faulty, right? So everyone goes and changes, the sub pack or the sub modules number 1. Okay, but when you do that, unless you know what you're doing, if you just change the number 1, you're only changing half of it, because the second half of it is in number 2 on the next sub pack. All right, and not only that, when you remove the first module here, okay, you're also affecting block number 26, half of it, because this whole little module comes out and it's 2 halves. All right, so when you do make repairs, and let's say the computer tells you, hey, I got block number 4 that's faulty, right? When you touch number 4, you are looking at 2 different blocks that's going to be affected. All right, and it's going to, if you decide to take out block number 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's going to affect number 4, and it's also going to affect number 22. Okay, because they are in the same little package where the 2 cylindrical modules are. So if you do decide that you need to make a repair, and let's say block number 5 is weak, or block number 4, then what you need to do is actually count in pairs as the series moves. So for example, block number 1 will be the first 2 cylindrical modules, the first 2. Okay, so that's block number 1. Then block number 2, it'll be the next 2. Okay, block number 3, it'll be the next 2, and so on. All right, and you can open up the cases on these things. So for example, if you need to repair block number 3, you can go in here and take these 2 modules completely off, open the cases, and swap out the cylindrical submodules inside of it. Okay, and that will only replace block number 3 and leave block number 23 intact. Okay, so yeah, so Ford made this one a little tricky, but it can be done if you have patience and and you have an understanding on how this flows. Once again, like I said, this battery pack is in series. It makes a horseshoe. Basically, it starts on this side, the main negative, All right, and it works its way all the way down this way, makes that U-turn, comes back, and it gives you your main positive. Okay, so that's the entire series. And then if you tamper with any block on one side that you want to change or repair, and if you change the whole little submodule, keep in mind you're affecting another block on the opposite side of the series. All right. Once again, this is a quick video on the 2010 through 2012 Ford Fusion or Lincoln MKZ hybrids. Just a quick understanding of the layout of the battery pack itself. Anybody got any questions, comments? Don't hesitate to ask. And always be safe when playing around with this stuff. This stuff is dangerous and it could literally harm you or kill you. So stay safe out there.